Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends The Uncanny X-Men Professor X Savage Land Safari Suit. Safari Suit? Is that what it's actually called, like, officially? Is there some documentation on that? That's funny. Safari Suit. Yeah, it's the Savage Land Professor X, and it came out a while ago. It was a Target exclusive, I think. I didn't think I ordered one, but then it showed up. This was a while ago, and I just kind of forgot about it. So I figured I'd review it, because there's actually some stuff going on here that's kind of good. And I like to review Marvel Legends when they're actually at least kind of good, because I want the line to be successful. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It is this retro packaging, which I don't know if there was ever a retro version of this figure, but it's a good looking package if you don't mind missing a Build-A-Figure part, which I guess we don't get anymore really anyway. Packaging doesn't really matter to me. If it matters to you, let me know, and if you like these, let me know. They're good looking packages though, so if you are into it, that's pretty good. Okay, so this guy, like I said, he's not a horrible figure. He does some things pretty well, and contrary to popular Hasbro belief, Hasbro, two separate things, hyphenated maybe, I don't know. I actually want the Marvel Legends line to be good. That's why I review it. I like the idea of it. He's 6.5 inches tall, plus maybe a hair, no pun intended. There's going to be about 16.5 centimeters. Here he is up against his brother, and some people will get that joke. It's not a great joke, but others will be confused. He's a little bit taller. We have some size creep going on for sure. I review Marvel Legends because I want a good Marvel Legends line of action figures. The idea of Marvel Legends is perfect for me. I quite like Marvel. I grew up on the cartoons and stuff. So when people say I just hate Marvel Legends, no, I hate that they make bad figures out of a license that should be great figures, and they're using the license to make crappy stuff to sell to people who don't have any discernment. That's what bothers me. I want the line to be good, and this one's not bad. So let's talk about it. He does reuse some parts, and there's some new stuff going on, but here's the thing that I like most about it, other than it is somewhat unique in the look because it doesn't just reuse the Vulcan body. They did something that they don't normally do, which is to apply paint and color variation where they didn't really have to. The thing that stands out to me would be that the cuffs right here and the gloves are a different green than the main body. And they even did a little bit up here. And it's not like it's a huge detail or something like that, or they painted the buttons, for instance. They're clearly not huge details, but they make the figure come to life. The belt is painted, it's not painted well, but it is there. So it's like, it doesn't take that much to make the figure not look like complete garbage. It's just a decent enough figure. Is it easily worth the money they're charging? No, of course not. Almost no Marvel Legends are. But am I going to be upset that I have this in my collection? No, because it's a decent enough figure. That's the thing. If you make a decent enough product and overcharge for it, people will be happy enough with it because the figure is something they want, even if they had to pay too much. If you make a crappy figure and overcharge for it, that's where we really have problems. I mean, look at the Maximum Spider-Man. People wanted a Spider-Man. They didn't care how much it cost. Okay, so the other thing we have to talk about, though, is the head. Well, I guess there's a couple more things, but we'll talk about the head first. It is technically a decent sculpt. Like, the details are okay, but it looks nothing like Professor X. His eyes don't look like Professor X. His nose is humongous. His eyebrows are way overdone, and I know sometimes he has that, but even on the box art, like, that's a closer interpretation of Professor X. Like, it's a little, I don't know, pretty boy looking, I guess. But it looks better than this. This doesn't look like him, at least the way I envision him and the way I see him in most media. So you guys let me know how you feel about that head sculpt. Paints are technically clean. You know, I saw somebody comment on one of my videos the other day about I don't remember which figure it was, but he had lips. The lips were colored. It wasn't a Marvel Legends figure. I think it was a Batman maybe. I don't know. Superman, I think. Yeah, human lips are a different color than the skin tone, no matter who you are. It's more noticeable on white guys. So white guys, when they paint the lips, people say it looks like lipstick. Go look in the mirror. Your lips are significantly pinker than the rest of your face. For like most people at least. So it doesn't look like lipstick as long as they do the right color. This does not look like lipstick. It just looks like lips. The paint job is clean on that face for sure. It's, like I said, questionable accuracy in terms of the sculpt, but it is a good head sculpt regardless of the accuracy, or I guess, independent of the accuracy. So yeah, it's a decent looking figure. The proportioning is not bad. It has a decent overall build. Because he's got the baggier clothes on, it kind of hides the sock filled with potatoes look that most Marvel Legends have. So it's surprisingly good looking. It looks like on camera his soft parts are a significantly different color than his hard parts. I mean, like PVC versus the probably ABS or whatever they're using nowadays. It's not as bad in person. It is somewhat different between the chest and the arms, but it's not terrible. It's a decent looking figure. They did a decent job. For Marvel Legends, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's not a bad looking figure. Now, as far as accessories go, you do get Cerebro, which is decent enough. It's just marbly plastic, and it pops on his head well enough, so that's okay. For hands, you get 2 fist hands, 2 gun holding hands, and a 2 pointed finger hand. So that's a decent spread, except that hand would have been really nice. That's a pretty important hand for Xavier. We kind of got this hand, even though it's more like the Cyclops hand. The trigger finger hands, I get that's okay, but like, come on, 1 extra hand wouldn't have hurt you to be able to do the pose on the box that you designed. So that's kind of annoying. 7 out of 10. It's fine for Professor X, but you know, an expression, anything. They could do anything to add some value to their figures that wouldn't cost them that much, and it would be very well appreciated. Now, as far as articulation goes, let's see what we have going on. Oh, wow. We have... Is the neck actually on a ball? It is. So the neck itself can move. I don't know if it's actually a ball. It might just be a hinge forward and back. There's something weird going on there. Hard to say for sure. I can't tell. But the neck moves some, and then we have a double ball peg at the head, and they're trying their best. It's still not good. They're getting it closer. The inside ball is bigger and closer to the top, but it still has virtually no range. So they're trying, guys. You know, they're a fairly young company. They haven't done much in the way of action figures, so it's going to take them some time. But even still, I would take this over this joint. The disc hinge, it's so limiting. Where is the other one? This guy. Somebody told me how this guy poses really well. And he kind of does, despite the crazy hips and everything. Except he's on this joint, so you can't move his head well in a lot of poses. You can't lean the head to the side. So if he's crouched like this, you can only make him look in a weird angle. You can't lean it like that. So ball pegs are definitely going to give you better range. This one doesn't have the actual extent of the range, but it has the nuance in it, and at least that's nice. I like that a whole bunch. If they did a better job, it'd be just about perfect. Well, obviously, but they didn't do a good job is what I'm saying. For the shoulders, standard ball hinge, up to horizontal, no issues there. Full rotation, bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbows. Yeah, they're still using these ugly elbows, which is not good. That's really unfortunate. It's really, really ugly. It's not like going to be super noticeable depending on the angle you're looking at. They look fine in the neutral, but they look really bad posed. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. These are floaty pieces right here. The ab crunch on this guy, I haven't tested it yet. I wanted to do it for the first time with you guys because it looks like it's probably going to suck. And maybe it's the same ab crunch they used for, who was it, Wonder Man? I don't remember if they used this upper body or not. I don't think so. I think it was a different body. Anyway, let's see. Oh god, it's even worse than I thought. Oh boy. Like I said, Hasbro's a new company, guys. We have to cut him some slack. But it doesn't function. And honestly, his pants aren't supposed to be that high up on him, character design-wise. They have him too high up, and because they did that, it effed up the torso. So, he barely moves. That's so goofy. And then the waist twist is whatever. Oh, Hasbro, you silly, silly company. Pretty good range on the hips, probably better than most Spider-Man figures, so that's okay. Are they a drop-down? I guess not. Probably not. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, the hips work pretty well. Not bad. Thigh swivel is fine. Double-jointed knee. Oh boy, that's tight. Same kind of problem as the elbow, but it's functional, so you can probably overlook it if you wanted to. But it's not the best-looking thing. That's for sure. Those are some chunky knees. There's not a whole lot you can do about that, but there is a little bit that they don't do, and I've talked about it in the past, but they just refuse to listen. Boot swivel is fine. Ankles go pretty far back. They're pretty heavily ratcheted. They go far enough forward, and the ankle rocker is okay. It's not the worst thing in the world, for sure. The ab crunch is terrible. The neck is a ball peg, so that's good, but not executed well. I'll give him a 7. He poses well enough, and in some ways, better than most, but that torso is just inexcusable. That's crazy. Hasbro, the biggest action figure manufacturer in the world, doesn't know how to do ball pegs and ab crunches, which they shouldn't even be doing anymore, by the way. Ab crunches are just so not great on most figures. Anyway, let's give it a final rating. I think this is not a bad release. If you wanted the safari suit... Is he on a safari? Is it actually... Anyway, if you want a safari suit... what's his name? Charles Xavier. Then this is... You could do way worse. I mean, you couldn't, because I don't think you're going to find another figure of this in this variety. But they did a decent enough job. It's like they put a little bit of effort into it, and it doesn't take that much for me to not hate them. Like, they did dumb stuff for sure. I hate that torso, but it's fine. I don't have a problem adding this to my collection, and I'm guessing most of you will be okay with it too. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, but I'm going to give it an overall rating of 8 out of 10 for Marvel Legends. It's a perfectly fine pickup. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up anyway. And if you haven't subscribed, you should, because I do have new videos at least 5 days a week. That's what I'm aiming for these days. I'm hoping to get it back up to 6, but I just haven't had the time. But lots of videos every week, and if I don't have something new, I do have thousands of videos already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.